All right, let's start with Spain. Spain, of course, champions in 2010, that all-conquering team, capstoned by, of course, that magnificent Barcelona team of the early 2010s. But after reaching the round of 16, the last 2 years, they actually they initially right after the winning the World Cup got grouped, and then the round of 16 back to back. This is not a vintage Spanish team. The manager is relatively unknown in Luis de la Fuente. Still a Barcelona and Real Madrid heavy, but not as heavy as in years past. The big name, of course,
Sprinkle
Lamine
a bit of
Yamal.
Arsenal and City in there.
Yeah.
Correct. The big name, of course, Lamine Yamal, but he will definitely miss the first group game, maybe the second group game. They're in a group with Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, and Cape Verde in Group H. Let's talk about this team. To me, the big issue for them is who is their number nine. They don't have a traditional number nine. Uh, you know, Ferran Torres will probably play initially for Lamine Yamal. Dani Olmo will probably play for Fermin. Obviously, Pedri and Rodri will anchor that midfield, and then, but who's actually going to score the goals if it's not coming from the wings? Gentlemen, your thoughts on the Spanish?
I just feel sometimes with with at least with the Spanish team, it's like almost like Yamin and Pedri, inshallah almost. Because like yes, there is obvious quality all around the pitch mostly, but those are your two really star players in my opinion, right? Like those are the two players who have to do really well for you to win the World Cup.
Yeah, they have to do well for you to win the World Cup. No question
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, but
Easy, your
still, they have
thoughts?
so much overall strength in their squad. I mean, I love Dani Olmo, the way he plays for Spain in particular in that four, number nine slash 9.5 sort of role. I'm a big fan of him. So he'll certainly have a lot of weight to bear. And but you've got so much quality in the side with, Zubimendi, you've got David Raya, Cucurella, you've got Kubasi, you've got Dani Olmo, Dean House, and Laporte. I mean, the names go on and on and on and on. So I think they will, of course, it's a very easy group as well for them. Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay is not what they used to be. So, like you mentioned, they do have problems when it comes to the knockout stage, especially scoring goals. They don't concede a lot, but they don't score a lot. And when it comes down to penalties, it's always a lottery. They've had plenty of penalty luck in the past. So let's see if that continues in 2026 as well. But they will be one of the contenders. We just saw the way they played a magnificent Euro a couple of years ago as well. But of course, no, Lamine Yamal is going to be a massive effect. So let's see what their coach has cooking when they don't have him on the pitch. And Pedri, of course, will have to lead the line. We did mention capstone players who could capture the World Cup, and Pedri is certainly right up there.
So you brought up an interesting name, David Raya, because their coach has actually preferred Unai Simon in goal instead of David Raya to that. So that'll be interesting. And then they have this young
And
kid.
he's a very,
Uh,
very good goalkeeper in his own
Yeah.
right to
Correct.
do
He
so.
is. He is. You have this young kid in his own right who plays for Palace, Jeremy Pirro. Could he be one of these people off the bench that takes off some of the pressure of Lamine Yamal? Because it's not easy to come back from an injury and go into the melting pot of the furnace of a World Cup and start from scratch. You saw historically David Beckham and Wayne Rooney struggle to come back from injuries to then hit the ground running in the World Cup.
But they do have an easier group stage, and then like as you have said before, Sadibai, they've had it's a round of 32 before a round of 16 this time. So he has enough. He'll have about like so even if he misses, let's say he misses the first two games, right? He will still have about 3 games to get his feet under him before he's probably needed in the round of 16.
No, that's a fair point. All right, from Spain, let's go to their neighbors across the Pyrenees to the north.